Hey YouTube, it's your girl Minnie Miss Hair, and I'm here to do a hair discussion with you guys on breakage, which all of us ladies all suffer from one point or a time in our hair journey. Breakage can be caused by three main things: a moisture imbalance, a protein imbalance, or damage to our hair. Oh, sorry. And and the damage could be caused by heat or chemicals or over manipulating our hair. But the main thing of why our hair breaks is because we don't learn our hair and we don't know the difference between a moisture imbalance or a protein imbalance. And I have my handy Science of Black Hair book on hand, but I'm probably just going to end up rambling from, top of my head. So, as you guys know, like in my videos, I'm always talking about how this summer I suffered from a moisture overload. And what happened was, like, I was home, I was restless, I just got back from school. I was trying to get my hair healthy again because at school, the water there is so hard, and I didn't know about different products that you can use to help beat the hard water issue, which I'll be talking about because I'm going to make a Sally runs before I go back to school to get my hard water products. But besides the point, so my hair was just like dull, there was no color, it was just ugly, it was just horrible. So I came home, I was co-washing my hair every day. The first time I co-washed my hair felt so soft and supple because the water is way softer over here. And then I kept co-washing, and because I'm protein sensitive, most of the products I have minimum of protein, or it has like no protein at all. Like my Herbal Essence conditioner, Hill Hydration, you can't co-wash with that every single day because your hair is going to turn to mush. Now some of you ladies are like, okay, I wash my hair, and when I do this, all this hair comes out. It's like, what's going on? Well, there's two things. Moisture overload is when you can take a piece of strand of your hair, like so, and you can pull it when it's wet, and pull it and pull it and pull it, and it's like, look, you see how this is how far this hair is going, right? This is it. But when you have a moisture overload, you can keep pulling and stretching and stretching and stretching, and then it snaps. So when your hair is like stretchy and you can pull it for days and then it snaps, you have a moisture overload because there's no protein structuring your hair, and it's just like, if it feels wet and not wet but like mushy and just not strong, that's a moisture overload, which means there's absolutely or hardly any protein that is structuring your hair strands. And that's going to cause you breakage because when you run your hands through your hair, you're going to be like pulling it, and then it's just going to snap off, and you're going to have hair all in your hands. It's going to drive you crazy because you work so hard to grow your hair out, and then now you have all this breakage. The next thing, how to tell that you have a protein overload, is that you pull your hair, but you can't even stretch it, and it snaps off. Like, you didn't even get to the end yet, and then it snaps, which means there's too much protein in your hair. It made your hair so hard and brittle. Your hair is probably going to feel rough, like it's lacking moisture, and it's the complete opposite. What's easier to get over, in my opinion? Some say the moisture overload, because all you have to do is go by like a really hard deep conditioner, like the Afro-G two-step, or like a really good protein treatment. And then others say that the protein one is easier to get over because all you have to do is just like keep co-washing your hair. But at the end of the day, it's going to take you 2 weeks to like a month, depending how far along and how quick you pick up that something's wrong with your hair, before your hair starts to turn back to normal. Because at school, I had a protein overload. I had a weave in, I took it out, had all this length. So I should have been past armpit length by now, but I had like 3 setbacks. And then I kept sealing my hair every night with my Elastic QP butter that has protein in it. But I didn't realize I'm really protein sensitive, so I have to watch it. And then I was sealing coconut on top of that, which penetrates the strands, it structures your hair, and kind of acts like a protein. So it's too much protein. And one day I went to comb my hair, and I mean, like, I did that, and like all my ends were just like dropped. I was gonna cry. So I had to step back with that. And then the hard water, which is the third thing that can cause your hair breakage. is damaged from outside things, such as hard water, which is like mineral that deposits on top of your hair, and it makes your hair dull and weak and dry and horrible, and throws off your porosity balance. That can cause it. Using relaxers, over processing your hair, coloring your hair often, whether it's rinses have protein in it, by the way. Whether it's a rinse or if you're using chemicals every day on your hair, or like permanent hair coloring and stuff like that, or if you're bleaching your hair, that's going to cause damage to your hair, and that's going to lead to you guys having breakage. And if you are bleaching your hair or coloring or relaxing and you're not following up with your deep conditioners, which it all comes back to balancing your moisture and your protein, your hair is going to break. So, like, sometimes my mom will be having shedding, but she doesn't understand why. It's because, like, it's really hard, but you have to, like, learn your hair. You have to learn, like, when you're stretching your hair, and let's say you straighten your hair and you wear it down, and I've learned my hair so much that I can, like, feel when my hair snags on my shirt, and I can tell right away that I don't fix this, I'm going to lose a strand because it's going to break. That's how well, guys, that we have to learn our hair. Don't let your hair control you by any means, but you need to just learn, like, when you're taking a shower, before you take a shower, like, everyone has a set regimen. This was my protein day. This was my deep conditioner day. This was my moisture day. But you can't just go and do a protein deep conditioner and your hair doesn't really need protein. Today, it really needs moisture. Like, you know how your hair is supposed to feel. When you do a protein, it's because your hair feels kind of weak and you want to put some strength back into your hair. And when you're doing a moisture, it's because, you know, your hair is feeling kind of dried out and stuff. For instance, like, I always talk about how I moisturized the end of this week because it's so dry, and on top of that I bleached it, and now slowly but surely this hair, the dry ends are almost gone. Like, it's not bothering me anymore. So those are a few key things I have. If you want to know some products that I used to help beat a moisture overload when I was suffering, I tried from everything. I put egg in my conditioner. The egg and mayonnaise thing, you have to learn that the mayonnaise doesn't really have protein in it. If you look at a bottle of mayonnaise, it says 0 grams of protein, depending which one you get. But I think the way it acts or mimics, it like strengthens your hair. So I can't really explain that one. I'm not sure how that works, but that's just some food for thought. The egg one, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, either the white of like the clear part, like not the yolk of the egg, I think moisturizes, but like the egg white, I think is the one that contains like the most protein. So sometimes you may just want to use the egg white. I think it's the egg white, yeah. My favorite way to get over my protein overload was using a can of coconut, which has like 2 grams of protein. The like coconut milk, and then I would let it like thicken up a little bit. You can let it sit for a day, but I'm in a rush, so I just mix it with some conditioner, and always a protein conditioner, and then I would let it sit on my hair for a while and then rinse it out. And it makes your hair so soft and supple and starts to put structure back in your hair. I never tried the Afro-G 2-minute thing because I saw it had mineral oil, and I don't care for mineral oil. Another thing that I used was my Olive Oil's replenishing conditioner, but that kind of moisture and protein balances your hair. So I went and I took some of my sister's Oil's hair mayo and I left that on overnight, and that definitely helped. But be careful getting over a moisture overload, because sometimes you can be doing too much protein. So like, watch and check your hair that it's going to go from moisture overload all the way over to a protein overload. And then for a protein overload, I just suggest deep conditioning with like the Aussie 3-minute miracle to put some moisture back in your hair, and co-washing with either like, I showed you the Trust-Made Nash. Look, check out my co-washing videos. I showed like 3 different moisture conditioners that I use to co-wash. And for you ladies that co-wash with the VO5 products, that's what I used when I started out, and I still love it today. Be careful, because like the strawberry milk ones or things like that, there's protein in it. So if you know you're protein sensitive and you're co-washing every day with like a protein conditioner, it may lead you to have a protein overload. If your hair loves protein, then all by means, go ahead. Just ladies, I really encourage you guys to just learn your hair. So that way we can avoid setbacks. And if you do have a setback, at least you know what is setting you back and you correct it right away. Because I had a moisture overload, I didn't lose too much length, but like the ends were kind of, you know, weak. I had to do a trim, but it didn't set me back too much. It's still almost to armpit length, but I decided to put this in just to give my hair a break from all the over manipulation and the braid outs and stuff, because that's still putting wear and tear on your hair. Every time you run the comb through your hands, through the braiding, if your hair is not like put away and you're touching it and you're in there every day over manipulating your hair, that could lead to breakage as well. Well, I don't want to make this video too long. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. And once again, ladies, as always, happy, healthy hair journey. And I'll see you guys next time. Please rate, comment, subscribe. And I would love for you guys to just comment, because I really want to know what's on your mind. What are you guys thinking and what you guys want to see. Bye.